Hey, good morning, everyone. We are getting refreshed out here in the garden this morning. Absolutely gorgeous out. It's maybe 50 to 60 degrees out here. Sun's poking through the clouds. Really pretty. About to probably film a garden video. I realized it's been more than a month since I filmed the other one, so come along with us for this May tour. But first, let's get breakfast. Look at that. That looks delicious. Greens straight from the garden. Those Swiss chard leaves that June had up his bunny ears. Or, I'll probably just post that picture in the video. I probably won't actually, have that as the thumbnail. I like the one where she was holding just the one leaf. The one that you'll see is the one I chose. But, yeah, those Swiss chard leaves are just outrageous. I mean, they're doing so well. Mm. 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 That might be a little too much turmeric. Oh, I feel like I just chugged a bowl of curry. But it's still good.
I like special, even on his fat really good. Still got fat with it. But it's going instead of fat. Thank you.
Okay, go play.
Purple shell with
Green on the inside.
green peas. Yeah.
Oh, I found you a good one back here, actually, buddy. Help me up, please. I'm going to have to come and pull through all of these so the tomatoes don't get choked out since the tomatoes are getting big. Look at these.
Wow, look at those ones.
Are they just like candy?
The healthy kind of candy.
Even sweeter.
They're healthy M&Ms.
Sweeter.
Even sweeter.
Anyway,
All right.
all of these snap peas
Yeah.
are needing to get picked like this week.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then I'll cut them off at the base so these tomatoes can breathe. Alright. So these are tomatoes. I found a good one.
Buddy.
These are the cherry variety. Or they're more like a, I guess, like grape size ones. They're gonna look really good. We've got a whole bunch of them down there.
Hmm.
And I planted them pretty close, actually. We've got 1, 2, 3 right
That
here.
little one is probably not gonna make it.
Probably not, but, and then this is garlic. Garlic has another month or so.
What are you thinking? Pull it at the end of June?
I was thinking like 4th of July.
4th of July. Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous.
These are all my cosmos on this side. So this one's a potato leaf variety of tomato. I want to say it was the big pink I planted. But see, you can tell the leaves on this cherry are different than those leaves. That's how you can tell which one is what.
Okay.
This one's got just the buds on it right now.
I found 2 super good ones.
This is oregano.
Okay. Yeah, we just cut back a whole bunch of that, right?
It's coming back again. It's trying to go to flower.
Already.
I might let it go to flowers. It's pretty. More garlic. These ones are too close, but
Yeah.
it'll be okay.
Are you thinking? What are you thinking for the garlic this year? Braid and hang it, or are you thinking powdering?
I think it works better just drying it because our house is too humid for storing it long term. It started sprouting.
Yeah.
Zinnias. These are probably all going to be pink zinnias because I just saved seeds from last year, so it would surprise me if it was anything other than pink.
Yeah.
More tomatoes. So this one is all one tomato.
Okay. Just killing the suckers.
Yeah.
Plucking them all.
I missed the sucker here, so I just let it go.
Yeah. I'll probably get some good. Yeah, those peas are going to be difficult to get out. But it might be important for us to do so it doesn't cause as much disease later on.
That's why I said I need to do that this week.
Yeah.
That'll be on my to-do list for the week. Another tomato.
Take
And
all of them.
most of these I do have tied up at the bottom so they're not falling over with just the like twisty ties.
Yeah.
Tomato fingers.
Tomato fingers.
But yeah, most of these I did miss pruning, so I just let them go double leader instead of single leader for most of them. So that might give us more tomatoes actually. Don't water this next time. They're getting too much water.
Hmm.
I need to weed eat some of this grass, but this is lemon balm. This is lemon balm going to flower. So these are about to flower.
Oh, goodness. Let it spread more. This all came from a potted plant.
Cosmos.
More cosmos. Very nice.
Don't worry, Dad. It will be all over the yard.
These two are the red cutting sunflowers, but they're getting some sort of fungal disease.
It might just be from the moisture.
Maybe, but those ones over there don't have it, and they're the same type. And then this is I think it's the multi-headed mammoth.
Mom, there's a bug on it. Is that bug good for it?
The sunflowers act as a trap crop, so they pull the bugs away from the other plants, so that's okay. Because they'll still bloom even if their leaves are getting eaten.
Oh, what else we got here?
All of this right here was Gideon's little wildflower balm he made at co-op one time. And he just buried it and watered it. So now it's just tons of different little
All sorts of different stuff.
wildflowers coming up.
Okay.
And then this is going to be a dark purple Cosmo. It's about to open.
Mama, that is the exact same one White has.
Yeah.
Good eyes. They have the same leaves. Those are both Cosmos.
And there's some more.
Sunflower head. Chamomile, it's picked pretty heavy because I harvested it yesterday. But still trying to go.
Mom, I want to show you this head. It's ginormous.
It's getting there.
Leave it there.
It's getting there.
And it's about to bloom.
Okay.
You want to smell my rosemary?
Yes. God,
Rosemary.
I don't need it.
Yeah, here, eat this one that I picked already. It's going to be really strong, a little spicy maybe. This is thyme.
Super spicy.
Super spicy, yeah.
A little bit.
That one's thyme. This dill is refreshing. You'll like the dill.
I like that one, but I don't know.
This is dill. It's what you use in pickles. Nice and refreshing.
Good.
Okay. All right, buddy.
We caught a big one in here the other day.
Right there.
That's it.
Nice. Very nice.
Look at that.
Yeah. I will take it. That's beautiful. Look at those colors, too. Nice.
Can roast it up or something.
Yeah. That'd be good. Alright, so explain what you wanted to have happen over on this trellis over here.
Well, we have to pick all these peas. Because we have probably a good week or two left before it gets too hot for peas.
Yeah.
Get him some yogurt, okay? Get some O's. Alright, but yeah, pick all the peas. Once they're picked, we'll pull them out, maybe cut them at the root. I haven't decided that far yet. We've got to leave this here and this here because I want these to stay. These are the long beans that are going to grab on and climb the trellis.
Yeah.
And I'll probably put 1, maybe 3 more in there. Look at these ground cherry sprouts trying to come in.
Yeah.
Can probably pull the lettuce unless you want to save seed from it.
No.
This is all getting really bitter now that it's warm out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're done with that.
I'm going to let these sunflowers stay until I can get the blooms. And I'll cut the blooms just as some cut flowers for the house. And then we can cut it at the base once they're done blooming. And that'll open up the sun for that trellis.
This Sturgeon's shooting different. Yeah, and it's shooting different colors too. Like those are. Well, no, they're both.
Yeah, these are all orange ones. That other plant's a red one. This one's an orange.
That's super pretty. Very nice, very nice.
But Rosella's like those as lettuce substitute on the tacos and burgers lately, since that lettuce went bitter. And I've got more nasturtium trying to come up through these alliums. And this is lemon balm.
Was this the original lemon balm pot?
This was. I kind of cut it back really far. This is purslane, maybe? I don't know what this is, actually. It's a weed. And an Easter lily.
So, just this one little plant in here caused the yard to get overgrown with lemon balm. And now that pot just has just one little single thing. The kale.
Really, root bound in there.
Wow.
This was that little sour cream container of kale over by the door. I separated them out, but I think they got too root bound. So I don't know if they're going to take off or not. This one is.
Yeah.
These I kept for the pretty flowers. These bok choy. But now they're seeding.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
So once these dry out, we can save the bok choy seeds.
Okay.
Because we actually got decently headed bok choy on some of these.
Yeah, I would say we did. Are we taking out these peas as well, or what are you thinking?
Well, I was thinking of letting these peas keep climbing, because this like sub-zone of the yard stays cooler than the rest of the yard.
Okay.
So we might get an extra few weeks on these peas.
Or weaving them back in.
Sunny peas.
The sunny peas get more fat off.
Yeah, those are trying to make their seed because they know they're about to die.
Yeah.
A plant's job is to make its seed.
This is fat.
This is fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the potatoes. All of them are
Itty bitty.
like a quarter, $half size right now, so they've got time on them.
Yeah. I'm thinking this cabbage is what we could do.
I don't know. That one might be okay.
No, I don't think it's going to. I think the best thing we can do is just fry up the leaves.
Were you pulling this one?
Not yet. We'll leave it there. We can make a couple more days. We'll pull it before we make the pickle. Kohlrabi.
I did a painting.
You did a mural. Welcome.
Granted, it was harder than I thought because the fence, since it's not treated, it was like soaking up all the paint, so it needed a whole bunch of layers.
Where'd you get the paint from?
It was just regular acrylic paint. It probably won't last because I haven't sealed or treated it or anything.
Yeah. Alright, now the sun's coming up on the sunflowers. Might need to switch position.
You can tell these are acorns because how they're vining.
Yeah,
acorns. Stretching.
So tell the story of this little bed here. This was our old dryer that is sat in the yard. Still haven't got rid of it, but we're like, hey, got some dirt, so let's add. Let me take this weed out of here. Let's add this to the garden.
I want to say these are white potatoes, maybe red potatoes. I don't remember what kind of potato we had sprouting in the pantry. But I didn't want to throw it away, so I just buried it somewhere random.
And these sunflowers.
These are all the red cutting sunflowers. So once they make a head, I can cut them to bring inside, and then they'll be done.
Okay.
I don't think they make multiple heads. I could be wrong though, but based on the way they're growing, I'm not seeing anything in the elbows.
And how tall are those going to get? Just about that high?
About peak height. They get up to 3 feet. I'd say this is about 3 feet.
Yeah. Okay. Not like this one, however.
This
My
one
goodness.
is the multi-headed mammoth, which it's thriving. It's the same variety as the ones over there.
Yeah.
But I guess it doesn't get as much sun, maybe, because over there gets like the middle day shade, whereas this gets full day sun.
Man, look at that. Look at that stalk. That's like a 2-inch stalk here.
Yeah.
That's outrageous. You know, we could get sunflower oil from it.
I'm letting the cucumbers climb it.
Yeah. It works. We might need to pull that onion out. I don't think that onion's really going to do anything.
It'll be okay. I'll use it for green onions later this week.
That's more like a shallot.
These 1, 2, and 3 are all market more. I don't know. Your boys have been like picking steadily off of these. Every time we even get one like a finger size. There's one right there.
Nice. I think all these radishes that I planted in this row in front of the Swiss chard.
I picked the radishes already.
Well, there's still quite a bit in there. I think if we wanted to, we could.
Oh yeah, this one is going to seed.
Yeah, well, why'd you pull it? We could have saved those seeds.
We'll save seeds off that one.
Look at this. What was this? Something nibbled on that. Might have been like a bunny or...
No, bunnies can't
maybe
get up this high.
Yeah, they can. Maybe not. I don't know. It's
Here's
probably
your
something.
Charred stock.
Why is there... Wait, plastic in the bed.
And more onions. And then these are the Armenians that are climbing up to the sun.
They are doing so well. Look how pretty that looks. I think the sun's kind of blinding it out, but I shouldn't film into the sun.
What's that? Right here. Armenian.
Very nice. Now, we had really good success with the Armenians last time we grew them,
And that
right?
was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then spinach is getting nibbled, but it's still edible if we wash it.
I think if we were to... Yeah, we should
blooms
probably
down?
pull the... Yes. We should probably end up pulling all the spinach. What would we do with it? Maybe...
I don't know. Probably freeze it. Oh yeah, if you come look over here, we got roly-polies and centipedes in here that are eating all of our greens slowly but surely.
Yeah. Well, since we had such great success with the spinaches, do you think it'll flower? Or do you think it's more like a...
That
just
one does
get new
flower.
seeds?
Yeah, it flowered last year. So we could get seeds from it.
Yeah. When the sun hits these, they get absolutely gorgeous, but in general, really, really big leaves. Really pretty. I think we got more of the white or the what's a giant Ford hook in this mix than the actual color.
Yeah, because these are like dinosaur-sized leaves.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
But this red one's pretty.
Yeah. The red one's closer to the actual beet greens.
I've been watering this, but I think you're overheating and frying
Yeah.
the plants in there.
It's experiment. I don't think this experiment worked out.
And I've got one of the potato variety ones here.
These are just spares that we had left over, right?
Tomato variety, yeah. Just so they didn't die.
We can't mow over it. We're letting it go.
Yeah. So
What do you think it's going to be? You think it's going to be one of the giant?
Since it volunteered, maybe, but if it was from a birdseed mix, it really could be any of
I'm
them.
seeing blooms inside the leaves.
The
there.
elbows, yeah. So
Yeah,
it's probably
I
one of
think-
the giants.
Maybe.
But like I said, it could have been from a birdseed mix, so it could be any type.
Yeah.
'Cause
What are you hoping that it'll be?
a flower's a flower. I'll take it.
Yeah. So how's everything looking in the beds over here? So my thought is, we'll start over here. We did kind of pick through those beets, but I was gonna pull this cabbage, and I don't know, maybe the zucchini here.
Yeah,
Okay.
zucchini would work good there. Which we might actually do yellow squash because I want to say the ones that volunteered over here. I think these are zucchini. I'll have to wait till they actually put on fruit. But I think these were the ones that I planted. This one might be yellow squash.
Yeah.
But these two I know are zucchini because I planted zucchini first in this bed and then you went and replanted yellow squash seeds.
Well, I was thinking green bed zucchini, yellow bed squash.
Well, that has a zucchini and 2 acorns.
Yeah, these here are the acorns, definitely. You could tell. Oh yeah, that. That's super pretty. Very cool. And then we got all sorts of peppers. Of different varieties. Banana peppers. Damn, that's cool. It's coming on.
These are going to be those like Aki bishop-shaped peppers.
Yeah, those are like the bishop crown ones.
They're finally branching out. These are the ones that really, really liked the heat. And we've had a really cool spring, so they're struggling. And you had me replant seeds.
Yeah.
When they were struggling, so we've got.
Well, by the time we pull the beets, because they interplanted with beets, they'll
And here too, new seeds sprout.
Well, by the time we pull those, they'll be coming on.
These
strong.
were supposed to all be jalapenos from that seed packet.
Yeah.
They're not jalapenos.
So these came from a jalapeno seed packet.
Noted.
Yeah, and that's clearly a banana pepper. Your boy just begged to eat. Interplanted more carrots.
And there are more seeds coming up
for it.
Peppers here, which if it gets too crowded, we can just pull them.
So, do you think that all of these are just going to be banana peppers?
Probably. They all came from the same seed packet.
I wonder why lately it seems...
Well, because I bought that seed packet last year when there was that big mix-up.
Yeah. Yep. The
These
purple
seeds
Marasaki.
I saved these seeds myself.
Those are really pretty, even if they're just like a ornamental kind of.
Once they get mature, they turn red.
Yeah.
And then I dried it, similar to like a dried chili pepper, and I just pulled it open and all the seeds were in there. So easy to save seeds from.
They're super pretty. Even if we just have these in as ornamental, I mean, they're still really pretty.
They're really yummy. They have like a sweet flavor profile.
Yeah. But these carrots, I think we might actually get some carrots this year that are decent.
They've got
don't pull on it.
No, if you feel around it though, you can feel the heads on them. So they're doing pretty good.
Why are there rocks in the garden bed?
Because you have a toddler who loves rearranging our rocks.
Okay, that works.
Oh, come see what your toddler did over here.
Yes.
So he picked one of my cosmos and stuck it in the hole.
Through the hole of the...
I'm like, okay, that works.
They're a special variety of beet. Beet cosmos. That would be interesting. What do you think about that? Letting some beets go to flower.
Well, they have similar like flowers to like the radish plant, where they're like the little.
Yeah, but I've never seen an actual beet flower.
We could.
So
It'd get really big. We had a really big one last year that got close, but then I pulled it.
I want to do that. Let's pick one spot, because we still have plenty of time in the season. Let's pick one spot.
Well, once you harvest these, you can just leave one of them be.
Yeah. And we could... See, because I wonder, because beets and Swiss chards have those, like, prickly seed pods where, like, there's multiple seeds in each pod. So, I wonder how that would work. I wonder if there's multiple pods of pods. You know? What do you think, Sal?
I honestly don't know.
I don't know either.
It just looked like a pretty flower, but
I think it will turn out to be a pretty flower due to the fact that the stems are super pretty. What do we think the flower is going to look like? I almost have a feeling it's going to turn out a different color than the stems are. I mean, it couldn't, right? It should turn out as the same color as the beets, the flowers. Maybe like a red burgundy? Or maybe it flowers like a yellow flower. Wouldn't that be wild?
Yeah.
I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to let maybe one or two beets go to seed. We tend to buy a lot of beet seed. So I wonder how...
Yes.
I said as soon as your mama picks it so you don't rip the plant.
I know how to. Be easy.
Alright, look at Daddy. Let me take a bite.
Hold on. Look at that. It's as big as your face. It's like a phone.
No, it's not.
Alright, take a bite.
Take your bite.
Sweet, but it's a little tangy.
Yeah, it's not a sweet pepper like Mommy normally buys at the store. They're banana peppers. They're not spicy.
It's a little spicy for the aftertaste.
Ooh, actually, it might be a hot banana.
Okay.
I could have been wrong.
Okay. No, I'm good.
No, it's not like hot, but
A little spicy. Just a
it's not
little
a sweet pepper either.
spicy.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe they cross-pollinated something. I
Yeah,
think
that's a hot
that
banana.
almost looks like a wax pepper, though.
Maybe actually.
Like a super hot, and you go get some milk.
No, I'm okay, but this is not a kid pepper.
Okay.
That's hot.
We will have to keep that in mind. What do you think we could use it for? Trying to keep your mind off the heat.
They'd pickle fine. They'd make a good like hot pickled pepper
Okay.
or like a salsa.
Or maybe like a powder.
I think if we ferment them and do like a hot sauce.
Mom, I smell that.
Okay.
Yes, baby, spiders eat all the worms and stuff off of it.
I am
so-
perfectly okay with a spider being on there.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so-
a spicy pepper.
so
I'm
don't
pretty
eat raw.
sure all the peppers in that bed then are gonna be spicy peppers. So pink bed, off limits, Gideon. These two beds though should be sweet. Let me double check.
Zella, you here, Mom? The pink bed is spicy. You say, how can you be able to tell the difference?
That's a sweet one. That's sweet banana.
Okay. Okay, so pink bed is spicy.
So they've got the same flavor profile, but you definitely get the spicy aftertaste with this one. That one's all. That's a sweet banana.
What you got?
Just my snap peas.
How about you put them on a plate? Peas on a plate.
She only likes the potted peas. Like when they're young, she doesn't like eating the whole pea. She only likes eating the pea peas.
Should have done it while you were weeding.
I need to clear around the sorrel so it doesn't die out. Cause this is
Mom,
my,
what's this?
Buddy.
a weed. Pull it and go play. This is my good sorrel plant that I would like to keep alive. It's a perennial.
Okay,
So
what do you want to
to
do with all this lemon balm? Because I hate just to waste it. I mean,
Makes good tea. I might brew
Tea?
a tea or something.
don't
with it.
rip that out, buddy. That's our good asparagus plant. We're letting it.
Making their little flowers that'll make asparagus.
It's wet. Please don't.
Asparagus
And I
berries.
need to try to get the seeds to fall like right in there.
Well,
Not on the edge.
yeah, it'll take time.
Could probably get, this could get turned into some tea too, but once the caterpillars start coming, I'll let it go to the caterpillars so the caterpillars leave my dill alone.
Because they attack both.
Yeah, so I normally take them off the dill and put them on this because this is bushier anyways.
Yeah. They tend to come on pretty thick when they actually come through. But it's pretty. Reminds me of back on the Colorado,
seeds I
there would
got
be
for
cat's
this.
tail. That's what that reminds me of.
This is from the Concord Hospital Garden seeds.
Yeah, that's where we haven't been.
I saved
This
the
year.
seeds from that, like when it was like making the little flower seed heads.
Yeah.
And it was just one flower head that we kind of just sprinkled, and it comes back every year now. Thanks. Can you go see what?
That's cool. Yeah, that almost looks like cat's tail. And it's super duper soft. I really like it. Yeah, that's what that looks like. Do you remember along the Colorado
The
River?
cattails. It's
It'd
got
be
a
the cat's
licorice
tail.
flavor.
Yeah. What did you say this was?
It's bronze fennel, but it's got like a licorice.
Okay, so let me think about it like this. If we take this,
But you can
we could
pull-
extract the...
You can pull the little heads down here and turn them into like soup the same way you do with regular.
Well,
fennel.
don't yank it. But if we juice some of this, do you think we could use this instead of anise in the pizzelles? We probably could.
But by the time we make pizzelles, it's not growing by that time.
Yeah. So if you guys listen really closely, you can hear two woodpeckers. There's one over that way. There's one in front of me over that way. I do want to peck off. going to town, back and forth. Kind of like they're talking to each other. I wonder if woodpeckers are known to communicate through their pecks. I don't know. I don't know enough about them. Pretty birds. Red-headed woodpeckers. But I just love sitting and listening to the birds in the morning. Incredible. I don't get to do it enough. Normally I'm on my way to work before it gets light enough for all the birds to come out. It's kind of cool. Alright, back to the garden video.
Hey there, handsome.
Alright, so, like I was saying earlier, these kohlrabi, they look like they're doing really well, minus a couple, small bug damage, but, I mean, if we pushed it, we could probably get kohlrabi based on the way the season's been, but I kind of don't want to waste this space. I want to get something in here that will succession plant either maybe like a squash or a zucchini.
You don't think this ground cherries here are gonna get in the way too much?
Well,
because it's already spreading out a whole bunch.
We can work this lettuce out. It's just landing in the other bed. Watch the sprout right there. I mean, I hate to do it because some of them, they look young. Like, if you want to get a close-up of, like, this right here, like, it looks young and healthy, but I don't think we're really going to get anything. The fact that it's going to start just getting hotter.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but I think I put them in too late.
Well, yeah, because we put those in beginning of April, and now it's, so all of April, all of May. So it took about 2 months for those to head up. So all of June, all of July. So it'd be like beginning of August, end of July that these would be getting their bulbs, which could be workable if you just left like 1 or 2 of them on the edge there. But honestly, I don't know if we'd use this much kohlrabi unless you really like the pickled kohlrabi you're going to try this week.
Yeah.
Because this is a lot of kohlrabi, and it's more of a crop you have to harvest all at once within a time frame.
Yeah, I think we'll pull it out and put something else here. So what are we thinking right here? We're gonna have those pole beans, or those yard-long beans, which we don't need any beans, and we have that.
Yeah.
Because those are outrageous. I mean, those go so heavy, you can't eat enough.
Okra would get nice and tall above the whatchamacallit. So you could put okra in, because we don't have that anywhere yet. That's another thing where it needs to be nice and hot to really get going.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe like a squash here so we can bush out around it, and then something taller right here.
No, I almost say tall over there, because these 2 ground cherries are spreading real fast. Then we can pull out this ground cherry and put a bushy thing right there.
Okay. So, so something tall here but bushy there.
Yeah, because this is going to be wide open, because the beans, they go straight up. They don't go too much out like the cucumbers do.
Yeah.
They go straight up. So this will be nice and open once I cut that flower out of the way.
I don't know. I'll have to think. I'll have to think of something.
How hard are you thinking?
Pretty hard. Brain's on overload all weekend.
You look like you're in contemplation.
There's those woodpeckers again.
And a rooster.
Yeah. They're having a peck off. There's 2 of them. One over there. I probably shouldn't say it like that. It probably sounds a little dirty. Last time we did okra in this bed, though, the roots were so thick. It wasn't in that one. I think it was in that one.
Yeah, we did okra here last year.
Yeah, it was so thick and really difficult when we went to go. We pulled the roots out, and because otherwise it was just too dense.
Well, anywhere you put okra, it's going to go deep. So,
yeah.
At least here,
it'd be the time to put them in.
At least here, it goes straight to the ground, and it's not too deep compared to these circle beds.
Yeah.
Or we could go look up front and see if there's a spot okra would work up front.
I'll have to look. I think it's almost time for ginger to really be.
Oh yeah, you could do that there maybe. You want to smell?
Okay, so it smells like a wax pepper.
Do you think?
And wax peppers have a little bit more heat. I think that's what this is, because it grows just like it.
Yeah, it's longer than a banana by a little bit.
Yeah. See, because when I think banana peppers, I think not as fat as jalapenos. They're thinner, like this, but the same length, almost.
What we could do with that is like chop them up into little pieces and mix them with cream cheese for like a loaded pepper dip. Because obviously they're too skinny for stuffing.
Yeah.
But if we like saute them up and then mix them into cream cheese, they'd make a good dip.
This with, I guess you could use the dill or the fennel with the cream cheese, and maybe like a red pepper flake, or like a, I don't know.
Yeah.
But use it as like a, you know what I think about? I think about those, those crackers, those bisque crackers. Right? Not crackers, but,
like the Triscuit kind of things?
Yeah. Something like that. Where
like a fancy cheese and dip board?
Yeah. That's what I think about.
Anyways, I'm going to go get some berries to board off that pepper. Okay.
What'd you say?
I said, oh, darn, they're not ready yet.
He's
had a couple weeks more.
Was this the pink lemonade one, or the pink lemonade one was the one over there that didn't work?
That's the new one that we put in. Which
it's kind of we need to clean the weeds around it. A little bit of acidity. Gotta add some acidity.
Once we added this took off in new growth. Do you see back there?
Yeah.
I added those chunks of charcoal logs before we got that rainy week.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
right in between there. And what about this one? This is more of a later season, right?
Yeah, and I think I pruned it wrong, or it's got something going on. I don't know what's going on with that one. Other than having, like, the bug damage here and the wilt spots in between.
Which is directly caused by that.
It still looks surprisingly healthy.
Yes. And this fall, we didn't prune it back.
Which might be in its benefit since it's having so much die off up top.
Yeah. These are still decent size, though. I mean, they're, golf ball size.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I was expecting the tree just to die. So.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to do some more research into it, because it's a type of like silkworm, isn't it? That gets in it.
No, I think the worm is the peach tree. I think this is a fungus infection. What this is.
Maybe. Anybody knows anything about pear trees? Let us know. Yeah, it starts to turn into that right there. Yeah. And then gets ruined. Like a fungus infection. Yeah. But it is still producing quite a bit of pears. I mean, good size.
There. You got the worms on this one, which, see, this hole is where the worm enters in and lays its eggs, and then the leaf dies off, and once the eggs hatch, they go and scoot over to the fruit, and you can tell this one's already got one in it. because then the fruit will leak.
Yeah.
Sap, and they feed on the stone around the fruit inside.
And we pruned this bag pretty heavily. Okay, so
it's
what?
fully infested. We would have to treat it in the fall to winter to prevent the infestation next year. But it's fully infested at this point.
Well, I mean, we can cut around the...
Yeah, you can cut around the worms and still eat the fruit. It's just, you can't sell the fruit with worms in it.
Well, yeah, no. There's not enough here to sell anyway. These are decently sized, too. And it's loaded. Oh, yeah, look at all that.
Along the stem, you can see different spots that have gotten eaten into.
Oh, spider! Crawled right there. Just put my hand through it.
Oh, nice.
Look at that. Yeah.
The boys haven't eaten all of these yet.
What?
I said, at least the boys haven't eaten all of the ready ones over here yet.
Pretty good.
Little tart still, because it's not sunny yet. They get sweeter once they're nice and warm in the sun.
Gladiolas, right? We originally planted them in the squares of the brick.
Yeah, and move the bricks in the fall. And thin these out just a little bit. Obviously not a lot.
They took off again.
But yeah, they're
although I do kind of like it like that. Like the thick.
They're multicolored. They'll probably start popping their blooms around the first or second week of June. Based on the weather, probably actually the second or third week of June.
Well, these raspberries.
I'm thinking the first or second week of July. Maybe.
Yeah, these are the black raspberries. None of them are ready because if you see over here, your brother keeps picking them
before
they're ready. Well, no, they're ready, but then he sees them and he eats them right away.
Oh.
So are any of them ready?
Once they turn black, they'll be ready. So these are all. They have a little time. This one, just so you can keep an eye on it this week before your brother gets it. This is probably the closest one right here on the back here. And actually, there's a ready one buried inside there.
Where?
It's kind of almost ready. It's like a darkish reddish black.
That one there?
So she could probably eat that and it'd be semi-sweet.
No, I wouldn't. I'd leave it.
But
Just you know which one to keep an eye on. Don't tell your brother.
But yeah, Gideon comes out here every afternoon looking for berries to eat.
he probably doesn't know they're black ones.
Walnut.
Wait, there's a walnut?
Yeah, take that walnut out.
Golly, I don't have muscles for that darn squirrels.
Yeah.
This is not your nut storage. Yeah, I can't do that.
Dandelion, we'll leave dandelion there. We'll use that. I mean, if it wants to regrow, then so be it. I got a video of this earlier when it was still... Don't stand in a garden bed.
Okay. These shaped ones are watermelon. Yeah. These rounder ones are the pumpkin.
I thought they were all watermelon through here.
No, I threw random pumpkin seeds right here. This one... I want to see this one's pumpkin too. Or maybe the squash. I put honey nut squash right here, so these are honey nut squash.
Yeah. I thought those looked planted, but all these other ones were the pumpkins that volunteered. I'm surprised those. I think what saved it was all that rain that we got. That it didn't.
I moved it on that cloudy day.
Yeah.
And then we got like a whole week of rain.
Yeah. Needless to say, it's going to be
You still just got
a
male
giant
flowers.
Yeah.
Not seeing any females yet.
No.
Throwing them out there though.
Yeah. Suppose if you wanted to. Oh, pretty. Oh.
Look at it, Mom. It's big.
It is. There's a nice little toady toad.
It's not little though, Mom.
Hang out under these, but I'm not seeing it today.
I'd imagine it gets you hot under those for them, but they might like that. Let's go look at your wildflowers. Oh, we got a new bird's nest. That's a brand new one.
I wanted to pick these folks though. Okay, that's fine.
It's fine, let them have them. It's not a big deal. We've got plenty. We still have figs in the freezer from last year.
I know. Is there another one up there? Or is that just
Probably. I mean, as loud as they are in the morning right next to our bedroom window.
Okay.
Alright, so what's this down here?
Sweet William, I think, is what it's called. It comes back every year. Each year it gets slightly bigger.
So it does well in the shade.
It does like the shade.
Okay. Cool.
It's got really sweet smelling blooms. They stay pretty well inside in the vase.
Wow. Okay.
These do really well.
No poppies this year?
They didn't come up. I think they got choked out by all this larkspur.
Yeah.
So I'll need to figure out somewhere else.
Oh, look at that. Bee is loving that larkspur right there.
I weeded this really down so we didn't have
Look at the bee.
snakes.
Right there. They're loving it.
That's fine, sis. And this yellow is Coreopsis.
Coreopsis going to seed.
Yeah, mostly.
Do you think it's something you want to keep?
Yeah, I let it come back each year.
Okay.
But yeah, the Coreopsis and larkspur are on the third year now. So they usually always do that.
See, these have been spreading like crazy.
Actually, these are more gladiolus from when I thinned it.
Are they?
Uh-huh. More gladiolus. These are lilies from when I thinned the lily bed over there. Which the lilies are really late this year. Because I had like a middle of May bloom last year for all of them. And it's already June.
And they're not nearly as large.
So, well, these were little, like, offshoots of the bulb. Because, like, you know when you break apart the bulbs?
Yeah.
So they'll be big in the next year. So.
Just
Yes,
watch for snakes, love.
Are the irises.
We might
know if they're getting enough sun.
You might want to consider that we may need the thing pumped here in the next year or so.
Yeah, that's why I don't have any food over here. I'm okay if the flowers get slowed down. And they don't dig right up against the fence, they dig right here.
Yeah, right on top.
Yeah. So I'm okay with that. And honestly, that might give me a good start for putting the poppy seeds in instead of these, whatchamacallit.
Well, see, that's what I was... Yeah, that's funny. That's what I was thinking. I think this upcoming year, it's going to hurt me to do this, and I hate the thought of it, but I'm thinking of taking this entire chunk out right here.
Because otherwise the wave's going to keep pulling them.
Yeah, it's... Yeah.
Daddy, a small suggestion. After we take it off, could we replant it in the middle of the yard?
It'll be too big to take, I think, Ken.
Yeah. Or what we could do is cut this middle one out and you can lay a hammock right here.
I prefer that.
Choose the two outer ones, but yeah, okay, so that would get rid of this entire... Ooh, that would get rid of this entire chunk right here. Well, they're reaching for it. Although in the summertime, this doesn't have a problem getting sun, other than in the afternoon.
Well, they crease me when all the sun.
I don't want to see just stalks. And if we keep cutting it up, all the figs are going to be way too high for us to harvest. So I want to start bringing them down more, you know, other than...
Actually, if you just go inside these two and that higher one, that would be fine with me.
Well, do we want to do that now or just...
This way. No, let it be so we can get the fruit off of it this year.
Okay.
Because at this point, these lilies are just going to do what they're going to do. It's too late to save that. The sorrel's enjoying the shade, though.
It's a little baby sunflower, Daddy. Look, isn't it cute?
You think it's going to get tall?
Maybe. Hope it will. Look at how cute it is.
Alright, y'all. Thank you for joining us on the May garden tour. We've got a lot of work to do, a lot of replacing of things like the kohlrabi. But yeah, just a small little walkthrough. We'll keep you updated. We might do another one next month. you know, just to see how things are going. Maybe by then we'll actually have something sprouting here that we can show you what's coming up and what we decided to put in there. So yeah, thanks for coming along with us. Hope you enjoy it, and I hope you all are growing a fantastic garden.